Marvel. That's what they gonna say. Captain Marvel. Every time somebody says something, Captain Marvel will be the answer. Brie Larson is Captain Marvel. And that's her in this weird costume she's wearing. I have to go back to the comics to see if that was the original outfit of Captain Marvel before she got to the Captain Marvel outfit that we recognize. This is not one that we recognize. Now, this is a live chat. For those who don't know, we'll be talking about things and developments that you've never heard of. Some of you are very familiar with, and some of you may not be familiar with. Gillette has shown up for this one. He probably was asleep for the Incredible Hulk. He's going to be mad he missed that one. But just like origin movies, this is probably the first outfit. Good morning, Alton. So everyone's waking up for this Sunday. Yeah, I really am, Frank. I made like 20 videos in like one day for like 3 different pages. Your boy grinds. And still got time to kick it. How do I do that? Now, let me let y'all in on a little secret. When Captain Marvel was first brought up to be made, this is the second biggest issue that happened in Marvel history. That basically led to the departure. What's good? That led to the departure of Josh Whedon. In case you guys didn't know, there were two major reasons why they fell. Like where they had their biggest falling out over control and power. Kevin Feige wanted more control, and Josh Whedon thought, hey, I built this ship after the Avengers took off. He started just going out on a rampage of just doing things and okaying things, and because he was the Josh Whedon, it was all gonna fly. Now, Avengers 2 didn't really do exactly what they thought it was gonna do. It was not held to the same standards as the first one, as Ultron kind of failed in what they wanted to accomplish. A lot of people thought it lacked more of the Hulk than it should have had. They had Hulk and Hulkbuster scene, and that was basically it for the Incredible Hulk. They wanted to see Hulk do more things. Now that led to, like, man, maybe we should, kind of pull back the reins on Josh Whedon. And then a lot of people think Kevin Feige's ego was hurt because Josh Whedon was getting the credit, and they felt like, hey, we've been making this, we're behind the scenes, we're doing this too. So things started to change up. As Captain Marvel first was going to be introduced when they did The Incredible Hulk. When they first did the movie The Incredible Hulk and the first Iron Man film they did, the script was on the table for Captain Marvel to be made like right after the Avengers. Instead of Ant-Man, Captain Marvel was on the table. Captain Marvel had Jessica Biel as one of the actresses who could play Captain Marvel. Then they said, well, she's too old to play in the role of Captain Marvel. So it was all these actresses that they could find that could come out to play Captain Marvel. And don't forget, you can super chat this whole thing, make donations. This is the page you can do it on. Now, Jessica Biel, as gorgeous as she is, all the way around, she was the original J-Lo. Now, they said she's too old. That's Hollywood's language of she's too old. Now, they start coming up with all these different character uses for people. But Josh Whedon had already selected, when they did the phase 3 of phase 3, and they came out with what they wanted to look like, and they got her to play the role. Before they did that, there was another actress that was supposed to be Captain Marvel. Now, Kevin Feige and them, they had an actress in mind that they were negotiating with. Thanks, John Doe. I appreciate that. Showing some love this morning. Here was the list of actresses to play Captain Marvel. This was your list. And you know who isn't on this list? This was the list for Captain Marvel when it was originally being made. Of course, they weren't going to get Jennifer Lawrence because she was Mystique. The other actress here, she's been in a lot of movies too, but more arty films, and they decided not to use her. This actress as well, they decided to X her out. Johnny Depp's ex, she was in talks to play it. But the controversy with Johnny Depp X'd her out of that picture. And down here, these actresses here, she was doing a lot of roles and was close to getting the part. She was the second runner-up. They were out of contention, out of contention, out of contention. And the person that was selected out of this list there it was. That was your Captain Marvel. That's who Marvel chose to represent Captain Marvel. Margot, what's her name? Oh, shoot. Margot Robbie. And Kevin Feige at Marvel Comic-Con Phase 3, when they announced Captain Marvel, he already dropped the ball and announced that she would be Captain Marvel. Josh Whedon made this decision, not Kevin Feige. And the person who wasn't on that list ended up becoming Captain Marvel. Why was that to be? Because it was a power struggle and a fight about making this film. They didn't like the script. They rewrote the script. Josh Whedon was supposed to produce it. Then he got snatched off the project. He got into it with Kevin Feige. they never locked down a deal with Margot Robbie. And she didn't want to be around all this infighting that was going on the set. So another deal was on the table for her to play Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. They knew that she had an offer on the table from Marvel, and they didn't want to lose her to Marvel. So they paid her a mountain amount of cash to play Harley Quinn and locked her in for like, what is it, 3 films? She got locked into a 3-film or 2-film deal with DC. So once she signed that contract and agreed to be Harley Quinn and got out of it, now Marvel is stuck because now they got egg on their face. And that basically forced Joss Whedon out of there. Because it's like, see, you've embarrassed us because now DC has gotten Margot Robbie to play Harley Quinn, and everybody was so excited because they was like, oh, she's going to make a great Harley Quinn. So now it's like she's playing Harley Quinn. Now we got to try to, after we got through telling everybody she was going to be Captain Marvel, now we're screwed. What are we going to do? Now we got to find a Captain Marvel. So they went back to this list. The list that they had. They're frantically trying to find an actress that can make this list. So this was your runner-up. You've seen her in a lot of movies, but you just didn't know who she was. She just doesn't have a really big name. She's been in a lot of smaller films, and they was like, okay, well, let's let her audition again. So they brought her in, and they were close to bringing her onto the script to be and play this role. They just said, I'm just not feeling any heat from this. I think we need to redo this list. I don't know about her being being Captain Marvel. I don't know if she could pull off being a lead with this kind of role. So at the same time, the Oscars roll around, and they see the Oscar-winning Alison Brie, who won for Room. And they just said to themselves, maybe this could be Captain Marvel. Let's see if she would even be interested in Captain Marvel. We just lost our Captain Marvel to become Harley Quinn. We lost it. But since Suicide Squad bombed because of the acting, everybody raved about her performance as Harley Quinn. They liked the Harley Quinn and the Joker. We just didn't see more of it. They were so lost at DC, they realized what they had here was the movie. This was your movie. Harley Quinn and the Joker was your movie. DC always trips over their own foot. The fans tell you what they want, and you don't give it to them. That is their biggest problem. They're a bunch of idiots. They told you, the Joker and Harley Quinn. You come out with all this artwork for this, and then you give them a bit and pieces of it? You shot yourself in the foot. So now, after Margot Robbie was supposed to get this role, and it was laid out on the table for Captain Marvel, all that infighting, all the stuff that nobody really knew about that was going on behind the scenes led to her not taking this role. Then Johnny Depp's ex, they were trying to see would they roll with her. and she's just too mechanical of an actress to pull off this role. She is her acting ability, and now she has a job with DC. And she was in the Justice League movie. And she's normally playing romantic roles, and this is just not her cup of tea to play the strong action scene. Everything about her said Captain Marvel. They dropped the ball. And because they dropped the ball on it, with Margot Robbie being Captain Marvel, everything went to dog crap. Dog crap. But now Kevin Feige has made this his ultimate film ever. As he says, no, Captain Marvel will be done right. Don't worry about it. It's going to happen. So the movies now, it's basically, you know, getting shot now, and people want to see it when it comes out in full, and how Allison Brie's going to do. Because before she had to agree, she was already in the middle of filming some motion pictures, some big time films. She was doing the King Kong movie. So they watched and see what King Kong was going to do at the box office before anybody decided to make a decision on anything. And she kind of looks the part in the face, but like, I didn't think she did an outstanding job in King Kong. Even though I felt the movie script was pretty terrible. The jury's still out. We're going to have to wait and see, as this is an origin piece that's supposed to start in 1990 or the 90s. Now, let me not say 1990. And this is her first costume. So we don't know. This might be the beginning of it, but they're on this shoot right now as they're filming Captain Marvel. Now, Allison Brie, you know, if you guys don't know her, she played in the movie Holes. It's a kid movie called Holes. She was in that. Not Holes, H-O-E-S, but H-O-L-E-S. For all you guys out there who probably went right to the keyboard. No, it's Holes, and they were kids. Most of you guys would know her from the first 21 Jump Street. She was the girl that was in high school that Jonah Hill took to the prom. She needs Dr. Miami. Brie Larson is Captain Marvel. Now, I've seen her in Trainwreck. She was great. And right after she did Trainwreck, she went to do Room. which won her an Oscar. She was great in Rome as well. But for her to play a action star, I don't know. It's going to be kind of hard seeing her as a complete. This is the artwork for Captain Marvel. We don't know. People, when they see artwork, they think it makes the film. It's not finished. Like, I've seen some great artwork that never made the light of day in the movie, and I'm like, man, if they'd have chose this artwork and put this in the film, it would have been great. And most times this is leaked by the artist too. Sometimes they'll put all their heart and soul into something, and they'll be really happy about it, and they say, well, I like it, but we're gonna go with this one. Then they'll throw it out or leak it on the internet, so the fans will be like, we love this. Then you're like, see, look. So that's Captain Marvel at its finest. So what do y'all think about Captain Marvel? And don't worry, you can hit the super chat button. I have no idea. I have no need to go to Hooters. Yeah, this was the biggest decision that had them getting out of there after the Inhumans thing with the Incredible Hulk 2 that we discussed. This was almost the finishing touches on Josh Whedon leaving and going over to DC. And Kevin Feige and them said, well, good luck. We'll see how that works out. So he's going to come back with Green Lantern's Corps. That's going to be Josh Whedon's really first baby out, as he just did some alterations to Justice League and kind of screwed it up a little bit. Then they told us in total DC fashion, we're not releasing the Josh Whedon. I mean the other version that was released. We're like, well, why not? I don't think Hal Jordan is gay. They made one of the new Green Lantern or whatever. He was gay or something like that. Like they changed the character just to try to sell more magazines. But when they make the movie, he will not be gay. How was Iceman gay? He was over there hitting, he had, what's his name? He was trying to get her with Rogue, but, man, he can't touch her. You know? And I'm like, man, dude, wear a condom. You should be good to go with Rogue. You wear a condom. Well, she wanted to get up with Wolverine anyway, because Wolverine could take it. Because he can heal. Oh yeah, you know it.